Hello. So I'm going to show you how to put the lines on the big paper so that you can draw your glyphs in nice and neat and easy. The first thing you need to do is get a meter stick, a piece of paper, and a pencil. Doesn't have to be super sharp, but a pencil. Okay. Doesn't matter which side of the paper you use, they're pretty similar. There's a small difference, but only makes much difference. The top of the paper is a little bit uneven, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it, lining up the edges, so that's exactly the same. See how that all lines up? Oof, like that, and then I go straight across, folding it. Now I'm going to write my name on it. Okay, we'll write our name again. Okay, multiple times. Some of it in English, some of it in Mayan. All right, the paper you will see is 18 inches, maybe a hair under. So we're going to go 9 inches to divide it up the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my meter stick, the 9-inch part. I'm going to mark 9 inches in multiple times. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to double check and see if that's working out. This one, it turns out, doesn't start at 0. That's tricky. So I'm going to be a little bit less than 9 inches when I measure it because of the way this meter stick works. I'm going to mark this multiple times, like probably 5 or 6 times on the length of the paper. Okay, I'm just moving it along here. You don't need a big desk like I'm using here. You could do this at one ordinary student desk. Please be respectful of each other's papers because this is a lot of work to go through. So just watch out for them, okay? Do my little line here. You will have a bunch of lines. And now I'm going to connect my little marks here. My desk is really a pain. Okay. So 2 desks, definitely more pain than it's worth. If your meter stick is a little bit, should we say warped, then use shorter stretches of it. So I'm connecting all the lines here, doing my best to keep it nice and neat. And the best place to do this is one of the locker tops outside in the hallway, but there's really not room for more than a couple of you to do that. So, may not let you do that at all since it wouldn't be fair. Alright, you can see I now have a vertical line. Okay, so the whole length of the paper, right? Now, I'm going to need to do at least 6 rows. And so what you're going to, and if you have if you have 2 middle names or a confirmation name or something like that, you're going to need to do 7. If you want to have an optional message at the end, you're going to need to do at least 7. So I'm going to plan on drawing out 7, but first I need to find out how much space I have. So these are meter sticks, not yardsticks. So that's 39. Takes me down to, let's say, another 34, 33 would be 72, 6 feet. So if I'm going to divide that into 7s, I'm going to go 10 inches. Easiest thing. So I am now going to go down the center line, start my meter stick right at the fold. See that there? I'm going to mark it at 10. Slide. Mark it at 20. Slide. Mark it at 30. Get my meter stick again, start over again. 10. See, I'm just sliding along here. 20. 30. Got one more to go, right? So I got 10 right there. Now, you need 2 points to make a line, right? So I need to mark it on the other edge. So I'm going to start again at the same place. Beginning here. Go in and out. Starting at the top, right, I got my 10, slide, 20. I'm just marking on where the meter stick shows me these measurements, right? 10, right along the edge. Doesn't have to be exactly on the edge, it's just fine wherever you get it. Desk. Another 10, 20, 30, got one more, right? And 10. I am almost done. So, you can see I have a mark there, and I got another one, down here. There. Okay, I'm going to now make my straight lines across here. So, and they're not exactly good. I'm going to go to the top and see what I start with. So, I have a funny meter stick. You will no doubt do a better job. And you don't need to make the lines real dark. In fact, you'll probably be happy to not make them dark, but I'm doing it dark on the feeble hope that you will actually see it. That one didn't work so well. This is why we use a pencil. And try again. Looking good so far. So if your things are a little bit off, split the difference. And last one, and that's not as bad as I thought. Alright. So now, you can see one of my rectangles. It's a nicely proportioned. So that's going to be 9 inches across, 10 inches up and down. Okay, so I'm going to draw my thing in there. So, did I say what's the name yet? Let's do it again. On the back side, we're going to trim off these parts in the end, the parts that are extra. So on the back where it's not going to be extra, I'm writing my name again. Alright, so that I can find it, and you can find it. You're going to make this today in class, and await instructions about whether to take it home or not. Okay? And so, at the end of the day, I'm probably going to ask you to start by rolling it up. This, and I'll give you a paper clip. Hold it all together. Try not to crinkle it too much. When you take these home, don't leave them on the bus. Alright? They're a pain to have to recreate. So make sure, if I say put your name on it, your name should be on it. Alright, thank you.